Now wait, you think the Bengals are going to beat the Browns? Obviously, that's got to be a given. They struggle.
Let's do that.
So much with the Browns. I
like predicting it. Let's rapid fire predict
them.
every game this week, except Thursday's nights because that one's already started and I can see the score on it.
Oh, I didn't set my fantasy football lineup.
Well,
who's playing tonight?
Denver and New Orleans.
Oh, I mean those people anyway.
Okay.
All right. And we can.
If you have a Denver player,
we'll predict the rest of the games because that'll be fun.
Okay, rapid fire. We'll do it quickly without
we'll try
the spread.
And be quick.
No spread.
No spread.
We're not spread.
I'll give the records.
Okay, let's do the Browns and Bengals.
We'll call it close leg predictions.
I think the Bengals are going to win
because there's no spread.
Okay.
I'm not putting that on the screen.
What'd you say?
Close legs predictions.
Okay, because there's no spread.
There's no spread.
You're so funny. You could call it the none prediction.
Yeah. I mean, give your reasons for it, but I mean, last time we did the predictions, it was like a 30-minute long thing, which was fine for one episode. But anyway, give your reasons, but try not to ramble. Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Okay, you're gonna go through it.
I'm gonna go through them all, and we'll start. Since we were just talking about, we'll start with the Browns and the Bengals.
The Bengals will win because the Browns suck.
They need to. I'm just afraid they're gonna choke, but. If they win this game, they'll be right back in the thick of it. So, but I think they'll win it. But
the only way I think the Browns win is if the defense shows up, gets some turnovers, and otherwise
it's always
Nick Chubb is coming back, but Nick Chubb ain't going to be able to put on a Superman cape and carry that team to a victory the way Deshaun's playing and the way the offensive line's playing.
Matchup because the Browns have Myles Garrett, the Bengals have no O-line, and then they put Denzel Ward on Jamar Chase. It's just been a bad matchup for the Bengals. That's what I'm saying.
The only way is the defense.
I'm going to say the
Bengals are going to win.
But I'm scared.
I'm also saying
Bengals will win.
All right. Apparently the NFL hates London because we have New England and Jacksonville playing in London on Sunday. Both 1-5. Who's winning that?
I'm going to take Jacksonville because they win in London a lot.
Who wins
relatively speaking?
America wins that because that game's not here.
Okay.
Who'd you pick?
I'm going to take Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I'm going to take New England because...
You got to go for them even
I'm going to pull for them even though they might be the worst team in the league.
No, I don't know. The Browns.
We got the Tennessee Titans, Buffalo Bills.
Bills
4-2, Titans 1-4.
The Bills.
All right. Houston and Green Bay. 5-1 Houston, 4-2 Green Bay.
Ooh, is Love back?
Yeah, he's been back.
He's been back.
So he's not even rusty.
I think if I'm reading this right, it's in Green Bay. If I'm reading that, yes, it is in Green Bay.
That's tough.
Well, it's not super cold yet.
I'm gonna take Green Bay because Nico Collins is hurt.
I'll
go Houston.
I'm also taking Houston. I like C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud, I think.
I picked the Packers to go to the NFC Championship game, so I'm hoping that.
Philadelphia and New York Giants. Almost just said New York.
Oh
that
my
would not help you, but Eagles and the Giants. 3-2 Eagles. 2-4.
Is the Eagles coach just an idiot?
Yes.
I mean, he's like getting in arguments with the fans and stuff. Come on.
Yes, he is.
He needs to be fired.
He's in over his head. He acts like a child.
That's.
But the Eagles will still win because they're playing Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Eagles.
You hate Daniel. Hate Daniel Jones. Of course, Daniel Jones is trash, and they're playing him a lot of. What's the worst deal? Daniel Jones or
Watson? Because if they want to dump Daniel Jones, they can dump him for like a third of the price.
And he didn't have a fully guaranteed contract.
And I will say this:
okay,
Daniel Jones right now,
he's
better than
Deshaun
I know. Watson. Right at this
Deshaun
moment,
is the worst quarterback in the league right now. But anyway.
Who'd you pick? I have Eagles. Ryan also has Eagles.
Eagles, yeah.
Eagles, okay. I didn't get that. I just heard you complaining about Watson. All right. Detroit and Minnesota. That should be a good game.
Ooh.
Detroit. This is Sam Darnold's
Detroit.
So Darnold played poorly last time he played. They had a bye last week, so the week before he played poorly. So this is going to be his pumpkin coming out party.
So what do you think the deal is with Sam Darnold? You keep saying the pumpkin thing. Do you think like he's never had a good season, but do you think like these first few games just his coach has been able to hide weaknesses, and he's been able to.
Have they had an easy
He's
schedule?
been able to
No,
do
they've
well.
had a tough schedule.
Okay.
And then he's
I'll
just
take your word on
there's
it.
only so
Started
long that the
pulled
coach can do that before the defense coordinators pick up on all the stuff he's doing and stop it. Or
So,
what do you think?
I'll give you.
You think he's just been lucky?
2 reasons for it. Reason number 1, so he went from the Jets to the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of those teams had any receivers at all. So you never got to see him play with a real receiver or see how he would play. How's he going to act?
Yeah.
So now he's got Justin Jefferson.
Right.
And now you're seeing him start opening it up. Or if he gets in trouble, he looks for Justin Jefferson. So you're seeing him play a little different style than he normally does.
Neither one of those organizations are functional either.
That's true.
So, but I think defensive coordinators are going to start adjusting, seeing, okay, he's playing different now that he's got different personnel with him. So I think they'll adjust and do better on him in the future. And I think that his coach is way better. He's just way better.
Yeah. Because I mean, the Panthers when he was there was Rule, who was an idiot, was awful.
And the Jets.
I mean, he about ruined Baker
forever.
too. Okay, but then I think the Lions' defense is gonna.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think Darnold still is turnover prone because he was turnover prone in college.
Yeah,
he turned the ball over a ton, so I think he'll still do that. But you saw when he played for Kyle Shanahan last year, that couple games where Purdy was hurt, he played fine. He was fine. So I think that he's better than what he showed with the Jets and the Panthers. But he's not what he's been doing.
Yeah, do you think so? Who'd you pick? I think the Lions.
I'm taking the
defenses.
Lions. I like Campbell, coach.
Yeah,
I like him a lot. So Seattle and Atlanta. Seattle's 3-3. Atlanta's 4-2. I couldn't even tell you a player on either one of those teams. I don't think.
I don't know who's going to
Atlanta play.
I'm hoping Seattle wins because I want Atlanta to lose for the Bucks, but Atlanta's playing really well though. I think Atlanta will win that game.
It's also in Atlanta.
I think Atlanta will win as well.
Atlanta will win.
The Seahawks have a really bad defense this year. They're hurt.
I want them to lose, but I think they'll win.
I think if Kirk Cousins threw for 500 yards on the Bucks, I think he'll at least get 300 on Seattle. So
I'll also take Atlanta.
That was a horrible game.
Miami at Indianapolis. Miami's 2-3. Indy is 3-3.
The Colts will win because the Dolphins, they don't even have their quarterback. They can't move the ball at all. They just lost to the Patriots last week. They only scored 10 points. They can't move the ball.
Yeah, I'd say the Colts.
Well,
I wish the Colts were playing Flacco.
I mean, I don't think it'll matter this week, but they should play
because he plays better.
Yeah,
I think. But
I'll also take Indianapolis.
I can get where you're like at his age and where he is in his career. He's not going to be our future, but
and you're not going to win a championship this year with him, so you might as well play the kid and see if the kid gets better.
Yeah. But, so we have a tough one here: Carolina at Washington.
Washington. That's easy.
All right. We have Las Vegas.
Just as a side note on Washington, is that like see what a new owner can do? They were horrible when Schneider owned them. They were dysfunctional and awful. They got new ownership, and now they're pretty good. I don't know if that's, but anyway, that's another. That could be another
they also drafted
topic some other time. I know, but that's also could be who they ownership put in place to do that, to make those selections. Without, you know what I mean?
Next,
who knows?
Las Vegas at the LA Rams. Las Vegas Raiders 2-4. Rams.
I would take the Rams because they're desperate. If they don't, if the Rams don't win this game, I'll be ready to say that they're totally out.
Yeah, Rams.
I'm gonna say the Rams just because it's in LA.
Yeah.
I feel the other way. I would have said.
I'll go with Sean McVay on that one.
Kansas City at San Francisco.
At San Francisco.
Yeah, if I'm reading that right.
I think it is.
And I am reading it right.
I say Kansas City. They just came off a bye, and so Andy Reid had extra time to prepare for this, and they beat him in the Super Bowl. So I'm going to say Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm going to also say Kansas City. They've honestly owned the 49ers. As much as an AFC team can own an NFC team, beat them twice in the Super Bowl and beat them in the regular season as well. They're just kind of proven to be better. And without Christian McCaffrey, I just don't see a way the 49ers keep up.
Yeah, if McCaffrey was in, I would probably go with the Niners, but I'm going to
You
pick
doing,
the
kitty?
Chiefs. The whole camera's shaking. Mango, can you not?
Don't knock that down, bud.
Hey, can you not? Okay,
There you go.
that works.
Silly cat. What's up, dude?
All right, a few more games here. New York Jets at Pittsburgh. Jets 2-4. Pittsburgh 4-2.
Pittsburgh.
So I hear rumor that the Steelers are going to start Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
If they do that, I'm going to take the Jets.
Well, there is no if they do that. Are you taking them?
I'm
No,
going
they
to
are
take the
taking
Jets.
him.
I'm
I
going to take
think
the
they are
Jets
playing him.
because
I'm gonna say Steelers just because it's at Pittsburgh.
Yes.
And I don't know, Mike Tomlin.
I think the Jets will win because if they play Russell Wilson, which this seems like they are going to, I just think he's going to be rusty, and he's not good when he's not rusty.
Well, but if he, I get that, but I also think that if he is doing really really bad, Tomlin will pull him. He won't leave him out there the whole game.
Why put him in at all?
But I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I think if he's doing so awful at halftime, I think Tomlin will be like, for the good of the team, I gotta
think
switch.
Tomlin is the reason that he's starting.
What?
So I've seen things that Russell Wilson is in a business deal with one of the people that is involved in the ownership of the Steelers,
Okay.
and that he has pull with the ownership. I've seen that in a couple of news stuff, and there's theories that he is pulling strings to ownership, and ownership said you need to give Russ a chance.
Okay. Well, that kind of surprises me because I wouldn't think Tomlin would be having anything to do with
Tomlin's job is he's a little bit on the hot seat because he hasn't had much success in a long time. He's always 9-8 to 10. He always winning 9 or 10 games, which is good. But speaking as a Bengals fan who went 4 years in a row losing the first round, it kind of sucks after a while.
Yeah, it does. And the Steelers fans are
They're used to
delusional.
bigger things.
But anyway, but you know what? If he's truly if he is a hot seat, if he ever got fired, he'd have another job in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'd love the Bengals to hire him. Honestly,
I'm going to take the Jets on this one because I don't think Wilson can do it, and Rodgers can't play terrible forever.
Yeah, he actually threw for 296 last game, so maybe he's on the rise. Maybe he's getting back.
All right. To the first of the Monday night games is Baltimore at Tampa Bay. Both are 4-2. Deep breath. I would take Tampa Bay. I think they are very underrated and playing great right now, so I will take Tampa Bay.
I want Tampa Bay to win really badly. I will say Tampa Bay, but I'm scared that the Bucs defense is not going to stop the run, and they're just going to run over him, and they're just going to Derrick Henry and Lamar are just going to run. They'll put up a ton of yards running. They'll keep the ball. They'll eat up a bunch of the clock, and Baker won't get the ball in his hands for the offense to do. You know what I mean? So I'm afraid that's what's going to happen. But I'm gonna say the Bucs because they've been playing well.
You just listed a whole bunch of reasons on why the Ravens are going to win.
I told you my fear, but I'm going with the Bucs because I think the Bucs have the offensive power to go score quickly if need be.
They could turn it into a shootout.
Just a shootout.
Yeah. The Ravens also, their secondary has been struggling all year. So there's a good opportunity here for the Bucs to pull ahead quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So if they get the ball first and get just 1 or 2 stops early, they can pull away quickly, and the Ravens will have to throw the ball. That being said, I think the Ravens are just going to run over them. Derrick Henry's been on a roll, and the Bucs defense has really struggled this year.
Yeah.
So
they've been up and down.
I'm going to take the Ravens. I think that the Ravens are one of the 4 best teams in the league right now. So
the Bucs defense.
I hope the Bucs win.
Yeah, the Bucs defense has been mind-boggling. I mean, they've been so up and down. They played great on Detroit. They played, and then other games they've played awful. They let Denver just run all over them.
But they played all right last week, so they'll probably be back this week.
So I don't know, but I feel like it could end up being a shootout because of if they're the Ravens secondary is weak, and Godwin has been eating up every team they've played against. So you got Mike Evans and Godwin. Although Mike Evans has got a hamstring injury, so I don't know if he's going to play. But Godwin,
he should hop on a flight to New York.
So Godwin's been like killing teams though. So anyway,
final game: the LA Chargers at Arizona. Chargers 3-2, Cardinals 2-4.
The Chargers are weird because for so long, everybody was picking them, saying they had so much talent, saying that they were going to go to the playoffs and be a Super Bowl contender, that Justin Herbert's great, all this stuff. They would talk about them so much, and every year they would disappoint. Every single year. Harbaugh comes in, they're running a super boring offense, they're just running the ball all the time. Herbert is 32nd in the league as far as pass attempts. They are running the ball all the time. But they're winning this year, but nobody's talking about them. Because they're not fun to watch. It's like Harbaugh said, you know what? Herbert's fine. He's a fine quarterback. I'm just going to run the ball. It don't matter. He'll be fine. I'm just going to run down the team's throat.
He probably just thought, I'm not going to
you're
put
taking
everything
the
on
Chargers?
him.
I'm going to take the Chargers. They're 3-2 right now. I think they'll beat the Cardinals and get to 4-2.
Yeah.
And people still won't talk about them.
I'll pick the Chargers. Honestly, I haven't paid that much attention to the Chargers.
I
I
didn't
didn't realize
to either one of these teams.
I didn't realize they.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know you weren't a big Justin Herbert fan before, and
still not.
Apparently Harbaugh's not either. But he's.
It's not that I didn't like him. It's just like some people were like talking about like he's one of the top quarterbacks of every. I saw so many people do these lists and they have him up there, and I'm like, why? Why do you have him up?
I think he's good, and the fact that
5%.
they're running the ball so much has made it where like his numbers are both down, but so is his interceptions are down too because he's not throwing the ball as much. I think that if next year if the Chargers go get a receiver, like a legit receiver, they'll be good to go. They'll be ready to really compete for something.
Yeah. It's Harbaugh's first year.
Yeah. I'll take the Chargers because of Harbaugh, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just
And
kind of
that's
shooting on that.
every game
There we go.
this week.
So, the Bengals and Browns.
Woohoo.
There's nothing. Say that the Browns really have nothing to play for. The Bengals do.
Other than to screw up the Bengals season, there is a chance. There's a chance. I think the Bengals will probably be 4-5 when they play the Ravens next, which means their season will be on the line. There's a chance they'll be 5-4 because I think they can beat the Browns and they got the Eagles next week, and I think they.
You should be able to beat the Eagles.
And they got the Raiders after that. So if they win those 3 games, they'll be 5-4.
Okay.
And this horrible start that everybody talked about be in the rearview mirror, and they'll be competing for a wild card spot the rest of the way.
And then they'll be in the playoffs, and then they'll make it to the Super Bowl.
No, they'll probably get matched up with Kansas City and get hosed because that's what happens. By the way,
Kansas City going to
go. By the way, I need to make a compilation of all the times Kansas City defenders have hit the receiver going for the ball, and they before the ball gets there, they hit the receiver as they're trying to reach for the ball, and they haven't called a penalty on it. They've done that multiple times. All those teams in the league have done it too. But I am still bitter about that because they haven't been calling it that way all year. They just called it that one time.
Like before that and the rest of the year, they haven't
that's
called
what's
it.
frustrating about it is that they haven't been calling it that way. Normally they say if you're going for the ball, we're gonna let it go.
Yeah, assuming you don't kill the guy. I've seen some where they're going for the ball, but they also happen to kill the guy while doing it, right? And
in my opinion, even still, if they're going for the ball, they should be able to hit each other like that. If it's incidental, incidental contact because you're going for the ball, should that even be a penalty?
I don't know.
In basketball, it's just real incidental contact. If there's a
Depends.
loose ball, or if they throw a pass and 2 people run at it and they kind of hit as they're both going for it, is that a foul?
Not usually, but that's not what because the Bengals guy was coming from behind in this pass interference case, and if you were to do something like that against someone boxing out for a rebound, it would be a foul in basketball.
That's true. But I will say they haven't called it that way this year, though.
It's also true.
Yeah, I don't know. The Chiefs get the benefit of calls. What are you going to say? It's the way it is.
I just wish they didn't.
Every team's fans agree on that.
I wonder who
31
the
teams are in unison on that.
I'd like to look at their schedule. See what the odds of them going undefeated is very slim. I don't think they can do it. There's
It'd be
no
quite
way.
a story though to go undefeated, win the Super Bowl, and then have a engagement happen on the biggest stage. That'd be quite a story.
That's not the biggest stage. Come on.
That would be the bigger stage. Actually, would be Taylor Swift's Eras tour.
But
you know,
yeah, it would.